Welcome to the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, is ready to have fun with you.
Greetings and God bless. Every episode starts with a trivia. The trivia will be answered at the end of the show to give you time to think it over and see if you can get it right. Without further ado, here is your trivia.
Who am I? I was stoned to death while forgiving the people who killed me. My face shone like an angel's. Who am I?
Oh my, that light is blinking again. I guess it's time to check my voicemails.
Voicemail messages. You have one new message. Press 1 to listen. Press.
Yeah, hey, it's me, Jonah. You'll never guess where that stupid fish spit me out. Yeah, you guessed it, Nineveh. Okay, so I preached the word like I was told to. And just like I thought, they repented, and he forgives them, so I guess they don't get their comeuppance. And to make matters worse, it's just so hot here. I can't find shade anywhere because bugs keep eating everything that I sit under. I really hate this place. Anyways, I'll call you back later if I get a chance. And hopefully it won't be from Nineveh.
Message complete. To hear the message again, press 1. To delete the message, press 2. To skip this message, press 3.
Now it's time for Holy or Common. This is the part of the show where you have 10 seconds to determine whether the phrase I give you next is in the Bible or if it's just a common saying. Here we go. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Is it in the Bible? It's not exactly in the Bible. It's based loosely on Proverbs. In fact, Proverbs 13 and 24, which says, "He who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently." As you can see, it's similar, but it does not carry the exact same meaning. And because it doesn't carry the exact same meaning, this phrase is not in the Bible.
The views expressed in this program do not necessarily represent the views of CWC Digital Radio Network.
Greetings and God bless. Welcome to the program. I'm your host, Nicholas Tatum. Today, instead of listening to me ramble, we're going to listen to an audio excerpt from one of my books, Jesus Freak, The Reluctant Hero. I hope you enjoy. Working out really is a passion of his, but not because he desires to be chiseled. He started working out as a means to honor God by keeping up his body. It is his belief that he should be able to use his body for whatever God might call him to, even the Olympics or the like. His workout consists of stretching, weightlifting, and CrossFit training. He also trains at least once a week with his meteor hammer. His body is well formed and notably well taken care of. He stands at 5'8" and weighs about 160 pounds. His brown hair gives accent to his green eyes. At first glance, his face appears to be youthful because of how well he takes care of his body, but a closer inspection reveals some rugged features that come with age. Even so, with his general shape, energetic movement, and skin texture, it's hard to tell that he is a man that not too long ago became 40. He walks in through the familiar glass doors and finds himself once again inside of the walls of Frugal Fitness, a place that is as welcome to him as home. The place is one of the cheapest large chain workout franchises in existence. It places its franchises in lower income areas where property is cheaper. It passes those savings down to its customers, but offers top quality workout equipment and services. This is perfect for Chad and his budget, so he has been a member for many years. It allows him to fulfill all his workout needs with the exception of his meteor hammer training. While working out, Chad often thinks of different superheroes and villains in the world. And after the rousing conversation with his pastor, this time is no different. Chad's workout is so ingrained into his psyche that he does it, strains, grunts, and all, subconsciously. All the while, his mind teems with visions and imaginations relating to things and people he had seen or studied on the news. The perfectly cooled climate rests on him as his pectoral muscles muscles contract, causing the large weight bar to rise off his lower rib cage. The weight's rise is halted temporarily as his arms reach their fullest extension, only to reverse and bring the weight back down. That would be kind of cool, he thinks, as he contemplates what it would be like to go up against some of the world's most dangerous villains, side by side with other heroes. He thinks about a battle he saw between Bombphage and Springe. Chad once watched with bated breath as the news covered the end of one of their conflicts. Bombphage seems to somehow be able to create bombs of varying sizes and power, as well as teleport from place to place. Springe, on the other hand, is a master of preparation and traps, Chad thinks. He recalls how, just as Bombphage, the hero, would escape a trap out of nowhere, he would be in another or dodging some deadly thing. How can anyone who does not have teleportation powers and special gifts contend with such overwhelming circumstances? Chad mumbles as his legs push the heavy weight for the 35th time. His back braces against the bottom cushion of the machine as a base to support the force of his leg extension. Not to mention, if you face little Susie, Sorrow, the Pocket, or Cousteau, he contemplates. Delving deeper, he thinks, what can you do against someone who has a genetically engineered army of beasts, sweats acid, can instantly produce whatever they want, or control sound completely? Yet the heroes find a way. But some of them have great powers too. Balls of light, fierce fighting skills, mimic powers, and teleportation are just the tip of the iceberg. Even the ones who seem to have no powers, like the Shield, seem extraordinary with their ability to handle villains. They stand up for justice and defend the helpless. It's almost biblical. The strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. His thoughts continue to roam the vast plain of possibilities and the wonders of the powers that some possess. He even begins to think about how he can help, and what if he were given powers? The thoughts race through and consume his mind. In such manner, his workout breezes by. Squat thrusts, weighted punches and kicks, presses, and sprinting all pass by unnoticed as he is lost in his imagination. He is completely oblivious to people around him as they sometimes gawk in amazement at his completion of the routine. His far-off look makes it seem effortless. Occasionally, as he thinks about dealing justice to some villain, he throws out a slow-motion, thought-filled punch. To him, at that slow speed, the punch is able to crush the jaw of some thug with a machine gun threatening a school full of orphans. It's the kind of punch that is thrown when someone is telling a story about a boxing match or reliving the events of one of their own skirmishes. His reasoning was closer to the latter, except that he could not be reliving the experience since he had not so much as met a real villain or hero in person. "Did you knock him out, son?" inquires an old man who had been watching Chad with interest for some time. For the first time, Chad is fully back at the gym with the cool air hitting his sweaty skin. His cheeks turn red as he realizes that he was being watched while he was in deep thought. He smiles and sort of laughs, as if that would take away the embarrassment of swinging at thin air. Chad thinks about how to reply to the old man's question while fighting the embarrassment that has his stomach turning flips. The old man interrupts his process with, "Your face just kind of looked serious when you were swinging, so I thought I would pull your leg a little, son." Chad can tell that the old man was giving him a pass, and he was more than happy to take it. Besides, he has no clever comeback anyway. His chest pounds as his heartbeat reminds him that he has been working out for the last hour. This must be what it's like after the battle for a hero. The sense of accomplishment and the feeling of hard work is good, but it's nothing compared to the feeling that comes with knowing that you saved a life. In some ways, Chad longs for that feeling. He picks up his equipment and prepares to leave the gym. His mind once again begins to slip into the world of heroes, and he finds himself facing off with purveyors of crime. "I would tell the villains to repent and follow the Lord before taking them into custody. If they resist, wham! Pow! And when I hit them, I would say, 'The hand of the Lord is upon you,'" he thinks with a smile. Though he enjoys his imagination, deep down, he knows he is not cut out for such things. The glass doors and windows leading into the gym stand before him as he makes his way to the exit. Each one is tinted slightly, so as to keep the heat from building up and the sun from overstepping its boundaries by creating a blinding glare into the building at evening time. He pushes the double glass doors open and walks through the middle of them as if he needs all that room. The brightness of the sun is no longer hindered by the tint on the glass. It hits him full force. Walking from the dimness of the gym gym into the light of the outside tends to generate the feeling of newness. The luminescence of the natural light and the touch of the sun on the skin tends to create the illusion of escaping from a cave into the light at the end of the tunnel. However, this feeling is short-lived because of the crime-ridden low-income area that awaits once the outside is reached. It's the type of neighborhood where it's best not to go to, but if it must be done, then it's best to do what's necessary and quickly leave. The gym has a sidewalk in front of it and a major street in front of that. The parking for the facility is on the sides of the gym, so Chad must take the sidewalk to get back to his car. The smell changes from time to time, and sometimes drastically. It's not always sewer smell, although that is the predominant aroma. It is sometimes the smell of a dead animal rotting in the streets, mingled with hints of illegal narcotics being inhaled nearby, or the mixture of car fumes and heated garbage. On rare occasions, there seems to be no smell at all. The sights mostly match the smell. The gym is beautiful, but the businesses and abandoned stores around it are dilapidated and in disrepair. Most of them have trash strewn about their grounds despite the presence of overfilled heavy dumpsters that are most likely the reason for the heated garbage smell that sometimes permeates. A steamy gas vapor seems to rise from various areas of the street and sidewalk all around. There is a certain dingy look to the whole area, as most of the buildings bear markings indicating that they have been visited by local graffiti artists and gangsters. Chad's mind begins to switch as he exits the building. He thinks about his wife and what requirements she has of him before he makes it home. Do we need anything from the store? Was I supposed to do anything before I make it home? He thinks. He comes to the conclusion that he is good to go and that he has already taken care of all his responsibilities. His shoes sound off as they hit the pavement repeatedly like drumsticks, making a sure and steady beat. He knows God has his back, but still, he remains vigilant of his surroundings, not wanting to be open to attack. In the distance, occasional car horns, people talking, a lady screaming, and cars driving by can be heard. A lady screaming? He mumbles. It's coming from the direction I'm heading. This never goes well in the movies, but I think I'll go check it out, he thinks. A decision like that falls into only one of two categories: foolish or brave. Perhaps because he just finished fantasizing about heroics, he feels that it would be brave. Or maybe he's just curious. Either way, he makes his way past the parking lot and towards the alley that was formed by the edge of the workout facility and the business next to it. As he approaches, he begins to think of how crazy it is to even be taking a look out of curiosity. Yet, he continues. His heartbeat is becoming more and more exuberant. So much so that the beat of his feet can almost not be heard by him anymore. What am I doing? He thinks as he comes closer to being able to view what is going on. Trying to convince himself to carry on, he thinks. Maybe it's nothing. However, the more he advances, the more distinct the sounds are. With the edges of the building still blocking his view, he can hear a struggle, and the screams actually start making sense. They're not just screams, but actual cries for help. Chad presses on in spite of this, citing that he is so close now and there's no use turning back. He cannot see into the alley because the building's edge blocks his view. Perhaps nothing serious is going on and everything is fine. And if not, maybe the situation won't be too big for Chad to handle. Each step reveals more and more of the alley, and so far, nothing. Even if something is going on, I don't have to do anything about it. It's not my responsibility, so I can just keep going on my way. Chad thinks to help ease his rising trepidation. Gradually, the corner of the building moves left, revealing one guy and another, and a woman on her knees, and finally another guy holding a purse. Well, that's all for now, but you can expect more like this in the future. Thank you for listening. Hey, if you enjoyed any portions of this show, you might find yourself interested in my book series. The Jesus Freak book series is a 4-book series that'll help you get deeper in your faith through story and action. You can find out more about it at www.officialjesusfreak.com. And you can also reach me at info@officialjesusfreak.com. Be sure to use TCVS or Tatum Christian Variety Show as the subject line. Until next time, trust God with the impossible and live your faith boldly. Here's the answer for your trivia today. I'm sorry that I kept you waiting, but let's see how you did.
Who am I? I was stoned to death while forgiving the people who killed me. My face shone like an angel's. Who am I? The answer is Stephen.
Did you get the answer right? This has been the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, wants you to have a blessed week.